Hey buddies, welcome back to another video, and today I'm starting a line of videos. This is a video for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And what is this thing you see? Well, as by the title, you should see that this is a how-to-play series. And starting off, we're going to start with my main man, the main face of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Bubba, Leatherface. This boy, lots of fun. He, out of the rest of his family, has the highest in savagery and endurance, the least in blood harvesting. His whole point is that he's a big boy, he can keep running for a while, and he hits hard. And that's one of the main reasons why I kind of play Bubba. Because with Bubba, you're mainly going to get the kills. Yeah. But you're not just about getting kills and damaging, but we'll get into that a bit later. So with him having the most highest in savagery and endurance, he's the most likely to catch up to the survivors and give them the biggest hits. And this is by his weapon, the chainsaw, which you will start with his ability. You are to be revving it. You hold down the button and you rev it, and you slowly do more damage over time. And at some point during this, while you're revving it, he will raise it above his head and smoke will come out. Now, with this, you can kind of fiddle the button to make sure it doesn't overheat, because in this mode, when he has it above his head and he's running around, this is him where he is at his strongest. He can almost one-shot any survivor. However, with it being early in the match, it is still, they can get hurt really badly. A lot of their health is just gone like that. So when you play Bubba and early on the match, again, your main thing is you want to damage the survivors, or the victims, I'm sorry, as much as possible. Get as much hits as possible in, and make sure that when they go up top, they're not as ready for the family like they should be. Unless, of course, there's the people that, you know, rush the game with the things. But see, as in this clip that I'm showing right now, I raised it above my head. This is a guaranteed kill at that point. She already got a few hits on her, so that's what you want to do. You want to get a few hits on them before going for the insta-down, basically. And usually, if you even hit somebody with it anyway beforehand, even without a few hits, they're not ready for a couple more hits from you or somebody else. So, but once Grandpa is awake, though, your objective is changed drastically. You are to head up from the basement and to go upstairs once my bird stops squawking and destroy stuff, practically. We have little gap holes that they can crawl under that hitchhiker and sissy can also go through, but you want to get rid of these as fast as possible. And that's mainly your goal, is you to get rid of the gap holes. If you have doors that are latched on you or in your way and you're tired of them, you destroy those. And these can be done in the basement as well. And you have these, I'm going to call them either short walls or calm pallets, whichever one. They're these big ass short wall. I mean, I can call them big ass, but they're short walls, or you can call them pallets, and they are one of the biggest blockers of the family. These are the ones that Leatherface must destroy for the family to get any sort of kills, if like for definite, because sometimes they block off some vital key points for you to walk some way, or, you know, they're easy way for victims to get away from you, and you don't want that. Besides the fact, with the short walls, the little gaps in the walls that they can slide through, sissy and hitchhiker got, and you can't destroy those anyway. But with those pallets or the short walls, you want to get rid of those as soon as possible, in literally basement or in the house or on gas station or literally anywhere. Get rid of those and everybody will be happier for it. Trust me. Of course, like I said before, you want to get rid of the little gap holes with the shutters on them. It's usually Cook and Johnny can close those, but with Bubba, your main thing is you can destroy them, and that takes them out of the game for good. You may take some time getting rid of it, but it's better to get rid of it than to have it for the survivors later on to open. Especially since if they're in chase, they don't care about making noise. They're going to slide through. They may take a hit or two from like Cook or somebody. But with you don't want that. You want to hit them. Especially if you got insta-down charged, and it's at that point in the match where you know they've at least taken a few hits, or they've been hit, or they're just lost enough blood. You can go in for the hit, and with no little holes for them to go through, especially in like some rooms, some places, like the open outdoors where there's no way for them to crawl through anything and get away. That's a kill for you. Now, one thing I did forget to mention was with the instant down ability, you have to be really up close on them, otherwise you do miss. So, there is that. But, anyway. So yes, as Bubba, in the basement, you start off in the basement and you go for the kills, you go for the injuries, you go for as much as possible. However, once Grandpa awakens, up top, you are more of the, I'm loud and obnoxious, I'm in your way, look at me. Because Bubba, that's what he is. He's constantly, you want to constantly rev your chainsaw, because you do move a little bit faster, even when you're running. When you have fully revved up and he's revving it above his head. I usually do that, I get around quite fast. And that's kind of what you want, is that you want to be the loud, obnoxious type, because victims will focus on you. You're the main damage dealer. You're the main one that they need to watch out for. But the others, they're more quiet. They don't realize they're there until it's too late. And usually, that's how it is. You're destroying stuff, you're making as much noise as possible, they're looking at you, seeing what you're doing, and here comes another family member, just absolutely beating the crap out of them. Now sometimes as Bubba, I find myself also running into them. I could be in the middle of doing something else, walking through the house, you know, all that jazz, and then another family member's chasing somebody, and boom, here I am. And sometimes I'm still revving my chainsaw up to the instant down ability to run faster, or I've already had it revved up and I'm like right there automatically, and boom, it's down they go. So yeah, that's practically Bubba in a nutshell. You want to focus on destroying everything and making sure, as overall, you benefit the family. You are the biggest heavy hitter. You're the most loudest one in the whole group. Everywhere you go, your chainsaw is constantly muttering, sputtering, or whatever. You know, it's making noise. So they worry about that, and then you rev it up, and they don't even know if you're going after anybody. Then that's when it gets funny. And plus, if you do speak on comms or you do team up, you are one of the biggest assets in the chase. Excuse me, birds. I apologize. My birds are yelling at me once more. But yeah, you're the biggest asset. Hitchhiker, and they'll be like, you know, they're looping me, they keep running through these holes and stuff, or Cook's like, I can't go through any of these and I need some help. Or sometimes even with Cook is that they tell you where they are. But in a chase, you're the one that either gets rid of everything, or everything's already destroyed, you'll wrap around the other way and you go in for the kill. That's somebody out of the game before they even knew it. It's always the funny part. And with doors, I forgot to mention that, but that's another thing. Or did I mention that? I can't remember anymore. But that's one of the ones you want to destroy a lot too. Sometimes I don't. I leave a lot of them up because they are really useful sometimes. Sometimes you can slam it into a victim. It's pretty funny. Some of them try and go for a slam, and you've just you're like out of the way enough to be like, nah. And it doesn't work. Or you get through. One of the other ones is they're trying to close the basement door on you because they're on the other side. That's always funny. I hit them, I'm on the other side with them now. It's always the funny part. Then they go running. But, yeah. Usually, and of course, like, you gotta worry about perks. I would run Tracker Tagged, Big Swings, and Feral, I believe. Tracker Tagged is whenever you hit somebody. With how slow Bubba recovers from his attacks, he needs to know where the victims are going. Sometimes he can lose sight and track them. Tracker Tagged allows you, so whenever you hit somebody, you know where they're going. Sometimes it can lead to you wrapping around and absolutely hitting them with your instant down ability. And they never saw it coming, because you hit them a few times to get Tracker Tagged to go. So you highlight where they're going, so the whole family can also follow up with you. And you can go down for an instant down ability. Of course, with Bubba also, again, having high stats and savagery, Big Swings is a good one, so is Feral. Feral upgrades your savagery by 7, I believe, where it is now. And Big Swings allows you that you hit harder at the cost of any stamina connected to your attacks is consumed faster. Now with Bubba, he doesn't have that problem. His chainsaw meter is the one that goes down when he attacks. So you get the attack bonus, the big buff and damage, but not the stamina consumption. So Always go for stuff like that so you hit harder, and you, especially in those times of need. Oh, and of course, there you go. That is Leatherface. You are the one to make the most noise, to be obnoxious, get in their face, to destroy everything in your path, to make sure they cannot run from you or anybody else. Of course, you get the kills. Everybody else is getting many kills to you sometimes, so dang. That's why I also enjoy. But if you did enjoy the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the bell for notifications so you know when another video goes up. Catch y'all later. Peace.